couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this. All right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister lailanasheeba, the Managing Director and Founder of Sunnahfollowers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from Aqidah, which is your belief system, to Seerah, which are the stories of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Colin. And by the way, what are you getting a fierce today? Let's talk about it.
Any other questions?
This is gonna be good.
Welcome to Ask Sister Layla Live.
And he scores! Hey, wait, is that the Adhan?
I think so, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, man.
Well,
gotta pray.
Yeah, we do gotta pray. We gotta pray. Let's get that in.
Yes, sir.
ASAP.
Ha ha!
I don't know what it
Akbar.
is, but what? You know, I've been listening to this program, Sunnahfollowers, and I've been learning a lot, Aki. Man, a lot.
Yeah, like what? What you been learning about?
Man, I've been learning about a lot. Salah, hadith, the life of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Man. Wow, for real though. And you know another thing? The shows just keep coming back to back. Alhamdulillah. I just gotta check them out. For real though.
Yo.
Wow. My God, if you have any questions, check this out. Every Friday, you can call in Sister Layla Live. Call her with any one of your questions in regards to this deen. And man, she will answer them. She will get you right. Anyway, inshallah, I'm about to tune into that. But you know something else? If this is going to be a benefit to me, I got to get with that Sadaqah Jariyah. All right. Donate to SunnahFollowers.net. We're here for you. Sadaqah Jariyah. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, okay. We're live. Can you guys hear me? Am I speaking? Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. 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 All right. Give me a second here. Wait a minute. Something's not right. Wait. Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay, I see now. Wow, why am I so not seeing stuff right? It's weird. Hold on. It's really weird. Whoa, okay. All right, here I am. I see. Can you guys see the ticker? All right. Okay. Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. One of these days I'm going to get it right, guys. I'm going to have to, if I can find somebody to train to do this thing with me, because it's just so much. My eyes are having to look. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 computers. I'm looking at 4 computers because we're streaming on so many different platforms now. And I have to look over there, look here, and look here. This is you guys right here. All right, different cameras. Remind me back when I was in college in my journalism days, when I was doing broadcast journalism, lailanasheeba, live with the news, the 6 o'clock news. I had to look to see which camera. Okay. Welcome to our first class for today, which is the Aqidah class. And I would like to remind everybody, don't forget that we do have the Call In and Ask Sister Layla live show tonight. And by the way, you know, I've gotten there were some people that sent some of the people here sent some questions in on the cell phone to the WhatsApp number. I got your questions. I've been awake. I've gotten off that schedule. I haven't been sleeping all day. I woke up at Fajr. I've been waking up at Fajr, staying up after Fajr, guys. And I've been going to sleep at 11 o'clock. But but how long will it last? Maybe a couple of days. That's it. But anyway, I got those questions that you guys sent in for the 9 o'clock class. Okay, with that said, let's get started with this one. Sister Elma, you can wear whatever hijab. I mean, that's a question that you can figure out on your own. What do you mean? What hijab can you wear? I mean, you know how to dress as a Muslim woman, right? That's just like asking what hijab should I wear when I go to the store? I mean, just dress the way you're supposed to dress. Cover your body. The way you dress, the way Allah says dress is how we're supposed to dress, sister. Do you understand? You see what I got on? This is what I wore to work every day. You dress the same way you're supposed to dress. You can't take your hijab off because you're working. You can't show your behind because you're working. You can't show your breast because you're working. You have to cover your body the same way. Yeah, just, wear a hijab. Okay, with that said, guys, let's get started. By the way, for the new sisters, I mean, I don't understand that type of question, but just for the new shahadas, when you guys cover up, you have to cover up 24 hours. I mean, when I say 24 hours, what I mean by that is it doesn't matter if you at work, if you at school, if you going out to the grocery store, we have to dress the way Allah commands us to dress. And I hope that's clear to everybody. We can't sit there and take our clothes off because we working. I mean, we have to, this is us. This is me. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get started. Ina alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. For this class, we've been discussing the importance of developing our allegiance to Allah and to the Prophet and to the religion, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And by the way, once your allegiance to Allah strengthens and your allegiance to the Prophet strengthens, you will recognize it, because you wouldn't ask questions like what kind of hijab. You guys would know, this is the way I dress, period. So that's one of the signs that your iman is getting stronger. When you fulfill your obligations to Allah and you do the things that you're supposed to do without second guessing yourself, without, question, it'll come natural. The more your iman grows, sisters, this for the new shahadas, the more your faith grows, the easier it'll get for you to submit. Because that's what Islam means. Islam is an Arabic word. It means total submission to Allah. So as your faith increases, you will find yourself submitting easily. Like water runs out of a faucet, your faith will run out from your heart to your actions, and you will find yourself doing the things we're supposed to do without second guessing. It just will come easy. And so we've been speaking about how faith and actions go hand in hand. Whatever you believe in your heart, it's going to show through your behavior. We spoke yesterday. I hope you guys understood yesterday's lecture. We spoke yesterday about the importance of not calling another Muslim an unbeliever just because that Muslim may be engaging in an action of disbelief. Because unless that person denies belief in Allah verbally too, we can't call him a non-believer. And I hope that's clear with everyone. Because a lot of people do the sins of disbelief, but they do them not understanding that they're doing them. Okay, so again, people, as the Prophet said, will practice this religion according to their belief. And their belief is based on what they've been taught. Okay, and not everyone's been taught the religion properly, as you all know. We're living in the days of, I know my computer is freezing up. Unfortunately, we're living in the days of the Ruwaybida, the days of the Ruwaybida. And the Ruwaybida, they have the people so messed up because of this social platform we have of YouTube and Facebook. You can hop around and listen to millions, and I do mean millions of people calling themselves Muslims talking about the religion, and most of the things they're saying is not true. Most of the people that's speaking about Islam are not even qualified. But we're listening to them and being duped and not even know it. So we talked about that yesterday. Today we're going to begin, and I want everybody to get their books out. Today we're going to begin chapter 17 of the book Diluting Wala Wal Better. And I got the name of the book on the screen along with the author, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. Everyone should know him. Yes, and you can purchase the book at Amazon.com. And I'm not going to correct you guys no more with that. Yeah, I'm looking at the sister and brothers here on what platform is this? LinkedIn. I really like that platform. MashaAllah. Yeah, and I'm not going to correct you guys on that anymore. Okay, I'm going to let you guys think that. And yes, because guess what? We're brother and sister in faith anyway. Okay? Like Prophet Abraham, alayhi salam, said to Sarah, we're sister and brother in faith anyway. So yes, I'm going to let you guys think that me and the Kareem Abu Zaid are brother and sister. They tease me. The Arabs, sisters and brothers I got on from the Emirates here, listen on link. They say, oh, Layla and Kareem Abu Zaid are brother and sister. That's because we're both Egyptian. That's what they mean. But I'm not going to correct them, man. I'll let them go ahead. Yeah, we're brother and sisters in faith. Yeah, we're brother and sisters in faith, probably from the same tribe too. You never know. Yeah, we probably from the same tribe. May Allah bless you too. And by the way, sister, Wafa, I got your email too. Thanks for translate. She translated some stuff for me for the story. I'm gonna do the story of Rayhana. And I had Sister Wafa check out a couple of hadiths because she speaks excellent English. She has a degree in English, and also she has a degree in Fusha. She has a degree in Islamic studies. So she translated a couple of hadiths better into the better English for me to use for that. And I got your email. May Allah bless you for that. She says Egyptians speak the better Arabic. I keep telling you, I don't speak the Arabic at all. I was born here in America. I keep telling you that. I can read the Quran. That's it. Get my brother to do it. Send it to Kareem Abu Zaid. See how well my brother translates that part. May Allah bless you for that. Okay, let's get started on the class. Nice little, you guys made my day. It's always a pleasure to see the sisters and brothers from the Emirates. Okay, because they stay up late. It's late where they are, guys. They stay up late, you know, for my classes. But then again, they told me because the weather is so hot over there, although it's not hot right now, a lot of people wake up at night and stay up all night and do their shopping and stuff, she said. SubhanAllah. All right. Okay, let's get started on the class. Let me put this PowerPoint up because everybody get the book out. Chapter 17. We're going to speak about the sweetness of faith. The sweetness of faith. Okay. Ignore Sister Wafa. May Allah bless you. Well, you sisters made my day. Yeah, y'all did. Okay, well, here we go. Let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen. All right. Okay. And by the way, that's how the book looks when you go to Amazon.com for the new people joining us. Diluting El Wala Wal Better. This is the book. And that's how it looks. It's a part of the trilogy. This is the second of the trilogy here. Okay, and it's only $19.99, and they have an Amazon in the Emirates. They have an Amazon for Canada. And by the way, guys, just to let everyone here know, I got some new students here who are joining from South Africa. Isn't that nice? Where's Ifti's not? I'm talking to myself. Ifti's not here. We got some new students here from. They're not new shahadas. They've been Muslim their lives, but they're joining us from South Africa. So we are growing. The name is getting out on YouTube. So I have a lot of people here from South Africa. May Allah bless you, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. Okay, let's put the PowerPoint up, but I'm pretty sure they have an Amazon where you guys are too. They got it everywhere else. But that's it. It's only $19.99 in American dollars. All right. Okay. Today, we're going to begin with chapter 17. We're going to speak about the sweetness of faith. The sweetness of faith. And my Arabic brothers and sisters listening know what I'm getting ready to go into a hadith where the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, speaks about the sweetness of faith. And that sweetness of faith is entailed through the linking of the shahada with the concept of wala wal bara. In other words, in plain, simple English, for my new shahadas, the sweetness of faith is achieved through the connection of the testimony of faith, linking it with the allegiance to Allah and to the Prophet and to the believers, and the disassociation from anything that contradicts that allegiance. Okay, that's in plain, simple English terms. Whenever you see the Shahada, we're referring to the testimony of faith, the La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. And don't forget, you should be working on that Tashahud. You have to learn the Tashahud and the Fatiha. for your prayers. And whenever you see wala wal better, it's referring to our allegiance and disassociation. Okay? So let's take a look at this. We have this wonderful hadith that I want every Muslim to memorize the meaning of. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever has three characteristics within himself, and I mean all three of these characteristics within himself, that person will find the sweetness of faith. In other words, that's how you find the comfort, the beauty, the contentment of believing La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's what that hadith is saying. And I want to again say it. A lot of people convert to Islam and they'll come to me and say, Sister Layla, you know, I'm Muslim, but I don't feel no change. I've been Muslim now for a year, or Muslim now for 2 years or 5 years, but I don't, something's missing. You haven't tasted the sweetness of faith yet. It's a good feeling, guys. When you find that sweetness of faith, that contentment, you're able to handle life. I was born and raised Muslim, but even myself, I did not really achieve and taste that sweetness of faith until I was in my 30s. When I was in my 30s, it took that long for me to achieve that sweetness of faith. And we're going to talk about it a little bit more, but let's take a look at it. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever has three characteristics will find the sweetness of faith. And what are those three characteristics? Number one, you have to love Allah and love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than anyone or anything else. And that's hard to attain. Any Muslim you ask will say, oh yeah, I love Allah. Oh yeah, I love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the tongue. But look at their actions. Many of them may be indulging in the sins of disbelief. They'll tell you they love Allah, they love the Prophet, but they're dealing with astrology. They're dealing with magic. They're calling upon the jinns. They're calling upon dead people to pray for them and stuff. That's an example. That's why we talked about what we talked about yesterday. So it's easy to say that you love Allah and you love the Prophet more than anything. That's the tongue, the words. But if it's true, your actions will show it. You wouldn't obey your parents when they tell you to do things that contradict what Allah say. I have some new shahadas here. They tell me, one sister said that her mother and father are so against her being Muslim that they told her that she cannot come to visit them dressed like a mummy. So when she goes to visit her family, she said when she drives up in the parking lot, she takes off her hijab and her jilbab. Astaghfirullah, we can't do this. That shows that you don't love Allah more than anyone else. You love your parents more than Allah. You're going to take off your hijab and take off your jilbab and look like Polyander because your mother and father told you can't come into their house dressed like this. That shows that your love is for them. Look at a lot of you Muslim brothers. Let's talk about the brothers here for a second. How many of you brothers are shaving your beards? By the way, for my Arabic sisters and brothers listening in the Emirates to me, guess what? A lot of the Arabs come to America and they shave their beard. I see more Arabic men with shaven beards than non-Arabs. The non-Arabic men wear beards here. It's the Arabic men. They come to America and they shave off their beard, afraid to be a Muslim, afraid to look like one. Okay? When the beard is not a sunnah, it's an obligation. The Prophet ﷺ said, trim the mustache, but leave the beard alone. You say you have love for the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, but you brothers are shaving the beard. So again, this is one of the characteristics. In order to taste that sweetness of faith, in order to find that comfort, that contentment in being a Muslim, you have to love Allah and love his messenger more than anyone and anything, including yourself. Okay? The second characteristic is you have to love others only for the sake of Allah. And this is hard too. We talked about this in a previous class. What does it mean to love for the sake of Allah? That means to be able to overlook the things that you don't like about a person and instead look to the good in them that Allah may like about them. For example, you may not like the fact that lailanasheeba has such a strong journalistic voice. I was trained. I'm a broadcaster. Barbara Walters reporting here. lailanasheeba Live. I was trained. I have a degree in communications. I'm a public speaker. So I have been trained to make my voice loud and strong and firm. I don't need a microphone. I have to be able to talk, to people, a crowd of 100 people. I was a unionist. This is what I'm trained to do as a public speaker. You may not like the fact that my voice is so strong, so powerful, so loud. But you will overlook that and you will say, well, you know what? Allah does say in the Quran, oh, you women who believe, do not make your voices soft in public. So you will overlook the fact that you don't like my voice. And you will say, but Allah loves her voice because she's speaking publicly. There's men in attendance here, men that may be listening. She's obeying her Lord, making her voice strong and powerful. Can't nobody say my voice is aura. Even for those men out there who do believe that a woman's voice is aura, they'll never listen to me publicly and say that I'm aura. So you overlook what you don't like. And you love the good in me that Allah loves. Y'all see that? That's what loving for the sake of Allah. We only love the things Allah loves, and we only hate the things Allah hates. Allah hates nudity, so we hate it. Allah hates a perversion, so we hate it. Allah hates fornication. He hates intoxicants. He hates everything that he made haram, so we hate what he hates too. And Allah says he loves all the things he made lawful, so we love them too. You may not like to eat red meat, but it's lawful. Allah says it's lawful to eat red meat. So you do like the Prophet ﷺ did when he was served lizard. He ate everything on his plate, but he left the lizard. So Khalid bin Walid asked him, he said, "Oh, Prophet of Allah, you didn't eat the lizard. Is it because it's haram?" The Prophet ﷺ said, "No, it's just not something that I'm accustomed to eating. So I left it there." He didn't say it was nasty or bad. He didn't put his opinion in it. In fact, he didn't say anything. He just left it on the plate because he didn't want anyone to think that it was haram to eat lizard. But we're not like that. Because you don't like red meat, you're going to make it haram for me. You're going to come to me and tell me all this garbage that you read on the internet about how red meat does this to you. I don't want to hear that. It's good and clean. Everything that Allah made lawful is good and clean. So that's what loving for the sake of Allah means. That means we love everything that Allah loves. And we only hate the things that Allah hates. So when we come upon one another, this is where wala wal bara comes in. We're supposed to have el wala, allegiance with each other. We're going to keep our personal opinions, our personal thoughts about one another out and just look to see the good. Y'all understand that hadith now? To look to see the good in each other. So this is one of the sweetness of faith. To love Allah and love his prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, more than anything and anyone else. And then to love others only for the sake of Allah. That keeps away that personal garbage. That keeps away your jealousy, your personal opinions. And then the third characteristic is to hate even the idea of not being a Muslim. Hello. We all say that. Oh, I love Allah. Oh, alhamdulillah. This one sister was speaking in one of these chat rooms. Alhamdulillah, Allah guided me to Islam. I'm so happy and proud that Allah guided me to Islam. And then she started posting up pictures. This is how I used to look a year ago. Pictures without a hijab on. Pictures showing her behind, her legs, looking just as Cardi B-ish. I'm like, subhanallah, you just said how happy you were that Allah guided you to Islam, but sister, you still have some jahiliyyah in you. She said, what do you mean by jahiliyyah? You still have some pre-Islam in you because you're showing us the good old days. Again, to taste the sweetness of faith, you have to hate even the idea of not being a Muslim. For those of you who are converts to Islam, this is something I can't relate to because I've been Muslim all my life. But for those of you who are converts, you shouldn't even want to think about what you did before you became a Muslim. You shouldn't even want to be reminded of how you used to look, how you used to live, the things you used to do, if you tasted this sweetness. So do you guys understand? And I know my internet is probably acting crazy because I should have rebooted it and I didn't. I've been up all day. But that's what that means, guys. These are the three characteristics here. Three characteristics. If we can accomplish this, then we'll find the beauty of Islam. And that is loving Allah and his prophet more than anything because we will obey them. Number two, loving others only for the sake of Allah. If we did that, we wouldn't hurt each other. And number three, hating even the idea of not being a Muslim. If we did that, we wouldn't get lost in the past. I tell you guys all the time, as Muslims, we don't live in the past. We live each day one at a time, and we only focus on the future, that ultimate goal of paradise. The past will keep you backwards. We learn from the past and then we write it off and keep it moving. Okay? So in this chapter, which is chapter 17 of the book, what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd does is he will examine these three characteristics in detail. these three characteristics that you have to have, and you have to have all three of them in order to taste the sweetness of faith. And not only that, he's going to show how by having these three characteristics, it helps us to develop that allegiance to Allah, allegiance to the prophet, allegiance to our religion, where we won't have to ask questions like, what type of hijab should I wear to go to work? There's only one type of hijab. I don't understand that. There's only one hijab. What does hijab mean? Hijab is an Arabic word that means barrier, barrier, barrier. There's only one barrier. We have to cover. The law says, draw your veils over your bosom. So you're going to draw your veil over your bosom, whether you at work, at school, in the bathroom, or wherever. Okay? We have to work on that sweetness of faith. And also in this chapter, we're going to also explore how once we develop that sweetness of faith, not only will we have that allegiance to Allah and his laws and his rules and the prophet and his rules, but also to each other. We'll become better brothers and sisters in faith. We'll have more love with each other. We'll have kindness and support and solidarity with each other. One of the things that bothers me, and I'm going to talk about this tonight when I do my Q&A show, all these Muslims protesting. I mean, it's nice. All these Muslims boycotting, that's what you want to do. Knock yourself out. But you still ain't doing what the prophet said do. The mosques are still empty. What are you doing? The prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us what to do in times of hardship, in times of calamity, in times of distress. Fill the mosque up. Okay? And also support each other. Where's the solidarity? We're not showing the solidarity to the Palestinians. We're not dressing like them. When I say dressing like them, I'm saying those women have on, just like me, kimars and abayas. They don't have on a pair of blue jeans and a little rag or no rag on their head at all with their derriere bent over and so people could take pictures of it because they want people to see they had the butt surgery so they could look like Nicki Minaj. And by the way, Nicki Minaj supports Palestine. She signed the letter too, telling them to do the ceasefire. So I ain't putting down Nicki Minaj, okay? I'm putting down you Muslims who got an identity problem. Okay? The mosques, you brothers should be at all 5 prayers. And don't tell me you can't find the time to go to the mosque to pray, because y'all ain't got a problem protesting. Y'all all out there all times of day and night, all in the news, blocking traffic. Stopping the Friday. Hey, I have to say it. This was a Black Friday. I couldn't even go get the things I wanted to get because y'all all outside blocking the traffic. I had to turn around and come home. This is the one day of the year everything's on sale. I mean, you can take your little protest on somewhere. I mean, people got to go out and get these sales, dude. I need a new TV. And they got them 65-inch TVs for $80 at Target. But you all protesting. The mosque is right down the street. Why ain't you people in the mosque, you brothers? Okay, this is Friday. Black Friday. Shouldn't you be in the mosque? Not protesting so I can't get to Target to get that 65-inch TV I need. I got to go order it online. See, our priorities is messed up. All these people protesting on a day of Juma. Juma right down the street. The mosque ain't got nobody in it. Messed up people. Where's our allegiance? Where's the sweetness of faith at? So again, if we had those three characteristics, we'd have the sweetness of faith, and we'd have that solidarity as Muslims that we're supposed to have. We'd get along and be able to help each other in our communities. So we're going to talk about that in this chapter. And we're going to also speak about in this chapter how if you have those three characteristics, you'll be able to distance yourself from the things that you need to distance yourself from. Okay? And let's talk about this sweetness of faith. Sweetness of faith entails or involves having a deep sense of joy. It should make you happy to practice your religion. It should make you happy to pray. It should make you happy to fast the month of Ramadan. It should make you feel never alone, because the sweetness of faith gives you this joy when you embrace this way of life. And everything starts to make sense to you. You start to understand that there is no deity other than Allah. You start to understand that Allah truly does know what's best. You start to understand what it means when He says nothing happens unless He wills it. That's the sweetness of faith. Okay, and again, your allegiance to Him and your dependence upon Allah will grow to the point where you won't fear no one except Him. You could care less what your family thinks about your choice. You could care less what the unbelievers say about you. That's the sweetness of faith, subhanallah. And this will make you strong. This will give you a sense of belonging, and you will find yourself ridding yourself of those bad influences in your life. One of the young brothers sent me an email, and he was telling me how he's having a hard time letting go of his childhood friends. But when he goes around them, he's tempted to smoke marijuana and do things he shouldn't do. Well, you got to let them go. How can you change if you're surrounded by people that's reminding you of the things that you shouldn't do? Okay? If you taste that, once you taste that sweetness of faith, you're not going to have an interest in those people anymore. You're not going to want to be around those people because their lifestyle is different. Okay? This is the beauty of the sweetness of faith. And also, guys, once you attain that sweetness of faith, you're able to handle the trials of life better. You will find this inner peace within yourself because you know what your purpose is. You know that you were created to worship Allah, and that everything that happens here, good and bad, is just a test for you. Okay? That's the beauty. And this is what the companions attained. The companions, they tasted that sweetness of faith. That's why they had such a strong camaraderie with each other. Those companions, this is how they could do what they did. They could spread the faith of Islam. And other people just ran to Islam. When the people saw them, they were so amazed they converted to Islam because of the behavior, the actions, and the nobility that those companions had. They tasted the sweetness of faith. Their allegiance to Allah, to the Prophet, and to themselves, to each other, was intact. And again, guys, in order to attain this sweetness of faith, it's going to take the testimony of faith and your allegiance combined together. Your faith, that testimony, and your allegiance all interact together. That's the only way you can find that sweetness. Does everybody understand that? Iman. For the new shahadas, Iman is the Arabic word for faith. Faith is the bedrock of the Shahada. Faith, belief, that's what causes you to recognize the oneness of Allah. Your belief in Him also causes you to accept the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that faith is embedded in your heart. And every time you recite La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, you are infusing it. You are infusing it with vitality. You are infusing it with a passionate desire to live a life that's guided with knowledge and certainty by Allah. Subhanallah, guys. Being Muslim, this is a blessing for all of us. Remember, I told you guys the story of Adam, alayhi salam. After Allah had the soul blown into Adam, he ran his hand across his back, and there appeared the souls of his descendants, his offspring. And Allah said, look, Adam, those souls over there on the right, they will be of paradise. But the souls over there on the left, they will be fuel in the hellfire. Why? Because they chose that for themselves. And I already know what each person will choose before I even put them in the body. Subhanallah. So when Allah ran his hand across the back of Adam, guys, our souls appeared. All of the souls of humanity and jinn appeared. And Allah keeps those souls in a place only known by Him. So we should be blessed that we possess a soul that inshallah is destined for paradise. That's a blessing. That's a blessing in and of itself. Subhanallah. We should never take Allah for granted. And that's what our belief does. Our belief lies in our heart, and it is infused with that passionate desire to live, guided by the knowledge that Allah has instilled upon us. And also, we're fueled. That faith is fueled by love and sincerity and truthfulness. All those branches. Remember, that's why I did the class yesterday. Faith consists of many different branches. Patience is a branch of faith. Certainty is a branch of faith. Respect is a branch of faith. Truthfulness is a branch of faith. That's why I did that class yesterday, so y'all can see the sweetness of faith. Subhanallah, subhanallah. So, our faith is fueled by our love, our sincerity, and our truthfulness, and our desire to want to please Allah. And because of that desire to want to please Allah, this is when we work to make sure that our actions reflect what's in that heart. Y'all understand now? Your actions reflect what is in your heart. SubhanAllah. This is some powerful stuff. I hope you guys are getting this. Also, our belief entails acknowledging that Allah is not only one, but He's also unique and incomparable. Nothing compares to Him. No human being, no animal, no entity compares to Allah. He's unique And no, to answer the question that one of the sisters, Allah didn't make us in his image to look like him. That's not what that hadith means. When Allah says he made us in his image, he means I made you the way I pictured you to be. He didn't say he made us to look like him. Allah's hands are not like our hands. Allah's eyes are nothing like ours. Allah's face is nothing like ours. Nothing compares to him. And I keep telling you guys, you read these hadiths or these other speakers, they don't explain these hadiths correctly to you. When he says that he created us in his image, he meant that's bad English. That's why I always get my sisters over there in the Emirates or Dr. Asim, to translate these hadiths. Some of these hadiths are translated so horribly in English. Okay? That hadith, if I were to write it in English, I would say Allah created us as he imagined us to be, the way he wanted us to look, the way from the image he wanted us to have. But we do not look like him. We're nothing like him. Nothing compares to you. Remember that song. Nothing compares to you. Nothing compares to Allah. Not you, not me. He's unique. And that's what our belief is based on. And also, we admit that only he is worthy of worship. Not your mother, not your father, not your husband. For that one sister I have here, I have one new shahada. I'm going to be honest with you. You need to divorce your husband. She's got a husband telling her that he doesn't want her to wear hijab. He doesn't want her to dress like a Muslim woman because he's afraid. He's afraid for her because of what's going on in Palestine. Well, I'm going to give you the answer that you need to hear. Whether you like it or not, you should divorce him. Allah says believing women are for believing men. Righteous women are for righteous men. I'm sorry, your husband got some issues. He's not too righteous because no righteous man would tell his wife to disobey Allah, knowing that if she did so, Allah can send a thunderbolt down and knock her out. She ain't got to worry about a kafir doing anything to her. It'll be a lightning bolt coming down on her. So I'm telling you, sister, you need to get rid of him. It's time to make the choice. Either Allah or him. Okay? Because you got to cover up. That's a command from your Lord. There's no obedience to the creation over the creator. You got to let him go. He's not righteous enough for you. He got to bounce. And Allah will give you something 20 times better than him. He's too weak. How can a weak man lead you? I want you sisters to understand that your husband is supposed to be your leader. Yeah, he's your imam. He's going to stand before Allah in chains about you. How can he lead you when he can't lead himself? That's a weak man. He couldn't wipe my shoe. He couldn't clean my boot. He's too weak. You better let that dude go. What a woman need with a weak man that can't even lead because he's scared. What he's scared of? This ain't the day and age to be scared. How he gonna lead your children? What are you gonna do? Tell your daughters to go look like Cardi B? Tell your boys to go buy some drugs and pretend like they selling them? Because he's scared? You better throw that loser back. Okay? All right. So again, true faith. True faith. We profess our belief in Allah with that shahada. And what we profess goes into our heart. And then it shows through our actions. So they all work hand in hand together. And also, guys, if a person truly has belief in Allah, this is for that sister, you will recognize that Allah has the right to legislate, and his commands and his instructions and the teachings of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam have to be carried out. So there's no obedience to the creation over the creator. Your husband got to go. Also, belief entails acknowledging Allah as the ultimate provider, the ultimate maintainer of sustenance for us. Just as the body is sustained physically by water and food provided by Allah, the soul is nourished through the Quran and the authentic hadiths. This is why seeking knowledge, and I'm not talking any knowledge, seeking knowledge of Islam, the correct knowledge of Islam is an obligation upon each and every one of us. Because by learning this religion, we're also nourishing, we're feeding our soul. We're feeding our soul and we're training it, because the soul is criminal by nature. We have to train that soul to conform and submit to Allah and his will. Okay, so the only way you can train that soul and nourish it is through the Quran and the authentic hadiths, learning them from the true people of knowledge. I ain't talking about going around, hopping around from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, listening to a bunch of wannabes read hadiths from a book and they give you the wrong meanings. No, I'm talking about bona fide, qualified people of knowledge who know what they're talking about. And don't worry, Allah says if a person is sincere in wanting to learn the truth, he'll guide you to the proper source. You got to be sincere in wanting to learn it. Okay? Again, the la ilaha illallah, the shahada, this is the vocal statement of faith. We declare verbally that we believe in Allah with the tongue. That's the shahada. I am verbally testifying that I believe la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. I am verbally testifying that only Allah has the right to be worshipped and his laws supersede any of man. Okay? So as you can see, faith and the shahada are all linked together. The shahada is the proclamation verbally, and then it goes into your heart as iman. And then it shows through your actions with wala wal bara. So I want y'all to think of it like that. That's how we see the connection. Shahada, I'm testifying to what I believe verbally. Iman goes into my heart. Wala wal bara are the actions that come after that. Okay? I'm going to show my allegiance to Allah by obeying him. I'm going to show my allegiance to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by obeying him. I'm going to show my allegiance to the believers by treating them nicely. As the Prophet said, none of you has true faith until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. What does that mean? That doesn't mean because you like my hijab, I'm supposed to take my khimar off and give it to you. You can forget that. That'll never happen. Love for your brother what you love for yourself refers to how you treat me. Treat me with kindness. Treat me with compassion. Show empathy towards me. Not sympathy, empathy. Speak to me the way you would like me to speak to you. Treat me the way you would like me to treat you. That's what that hadith means. It does not mean take off my hijab and give it to you, or get out of my car and let you have my car. No, 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 no. Wala wal bara. Love for your brother what you love for yourself in regards to treatment. So that's how it all, works together. And for those of us who are able to combine our faith with that shahada and show it through, show our allegiance and disassociation through our actions, these are the people that can handle the trials of life, guys. These are the people that are able to handle their hardships. They're also able to keep their allegiance even when times are good. A lot of Muslims today are freaking out. They can't handle what's happening in Palestine. Okay? Like I said, all this protesting is ridiculous. And you protesting, but the mosque is empty, and this is a Friday? Are you crazy? You praying in the street. The street is not the place of prayer. The place of prayer is the mosque. Who said you go and pray in the middle of the street? Are you out your mind? And the mosque is abandoned. The imam is there by himself with maybe 2 people. Everybody else protesting. I mean, we got it twisted, dude. We got it twisted. So now let's see how well you guys understood this. I'm going to give you a brief quiz. Let's put the quiz up here on the screen. I want everybody to wake up and pay attention. I got my Starbucks, by the way. Thanks to the twins for sending me my Starbucks. Alhamdulillah. Question number 1. What are 3 qualities needed to taste the sweetness of faith? In order to taste the sweetness of faith, what are the 3 qualities that you have to have? Who can answer that? To taste the sweetness of faith, what are the 3 qualities you have to have? Anybody?
You need to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam more than anything else. You need to love a servant only for the sake of Allah. And then you need to hate for the idea of turning back from Islam.
MashaAllah. Good job, Aya. You sound just like your mother, girl. You got your mother's voice tone. SubhanAllah. It's weird. It's like hearing my Izzy again. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Exactly, guys. Those are the 3 qualities. Those are the 3 qualities. I hope y'all got it written down. Look at the next question. Is my screen working? Oh, there. I was going to say, I didn't put no color on it, so I can't tell if it's working or not. Okay. Oh, there it is. For the person who does attain the sweetness of faith, if you are a person that has attained the sweetness of faith because you have all 3 of those characteristics, what type of impact will it have on your life? Now, this is something that you guys can tell me in your own words. If you do have those 3 characteristics, how will it impact your life? Come on, guys. It's not hard. What type of impact will it have on you? To love others to love for the sake of Allah, to hate the idea of not being a Muslim ever, okay, and to love Allah and His Prophet more than anyone or anything. What type of impact will it have on you? Who can answer that? People on Facebook, you too. I'm looking at your answers too.
You would have certainty of faith, and you would accept the decree of Allah, and it will make it easier for you to handle your challenges in life.
MashaAllah, exactly. You'll be a person, number 1, like she said, most Muslims can't accept the qadr of Allah. Number 1, you'll be able to accept his decree more. Okay, good job. Sister Zahara put here, you'll be more content with what you have. Exactly. You won't be sitting there wishing for what you don't have. You'll learn that whatever you have, to make the best of it, that it's a blessing for Allah, from a blessing from Allah. You'll be more content. Any other impacts?
You would be mindful of the things you do and not commit so many sins.
Oh, yeah, that's a great answer. Exactly. You would think twice before you disobey Allah. And by the way, guys, that's the difference between a believer and a mere Muslim. Because if you have those three qualities, that makes you a believer. The believer thinks twice before he disobeys Allah. The true believer would never deliberately, intentionally disobey Allah, but a mere Muslim may. That's why the prophet said, whenever you commit a sin, faith leaves your heart. You are not a believer when you're sinning. So you're going to think twice. Oh man, I ain't going to smoke this marijuana. It'll make you think twice. Good job. Okay, Sakina, good. She said you will be content with your life. You'll face difficulties with ease and be grateful. Exactly. Be more grateful instead of living in the past. I know a lot of people that cry about how their life was in the past. What happened when I was 10 years old? Oh, when I was 17. Hit it, guys. It was a very good year. How many of y'all remember that? That just came in my mind. Who was that? Lou Ross. Tiba, you here? I just remember that was, y'all remember that? Lou Ross. When I was 17, it was a very good year. I used to something, dun, 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 dun. Ha ha! See? Lou Ross and Frank Sinatra. Yeah, too many people get caught up into the past, You'll be more grateful to be what you are today. A Muslim, forget about when you were 17 and how it was a good year. The good year came when you took Shahada. Good job. Okay, also, let's see, Brother Merard, he said it'll make it easier to put Allah and his prophet before the people. Exactly. 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 You will do what Allah commands. And for that sister here, I am so worried about you. I'm not going to say your name, but sister, I am so worried about you. You can't do that. Taking off your hijab and your clothes to put on to look like Polyandra to visit your parents. You just don't go visit them. You tell your mom that you will call her on the phone and you will check on her, but you're not going to come over because you're not going to take off your hijab. And I'm going to tell you something. One thing about a mother and father, they have this unconditional love. When your parents see that you are sincere about being a Muslim, they will accept it. I'm telling you. But you got to show them that you mean business. But as long as you taking off your hijab, going around them, then they're going to know that you're a joke. You have to stop doing that. Just tell them that you won't come over their house anymore. You'll just call and check on her to see if she's okay and keep it moving. Her unconditional love for you will eventually kick in. Okay. Any other answers? Good job on that. Okay, let's look at the next question. Hold on. Put on my chapstick. My lips just, I can tell it's going to snow. Okay, what about this one? Which of the following leads to acceptance, submittance, and acknowledgement of Allah and his prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Is it Iman, which is faith? Is it the Shahada? Or is it Wala wal Bara, allegiance and disassociation? Which one of those three things leads to acceptance, and submittance and acknowledgement of Allah and his prophet. If you accept, submit, and acknowledge Allah and his prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have which of those three? I asked this question this way on purpose to see if you guys understand what I'm teaching. Cat's got,
is it faith?
Huh?
Is it faith?
Was that my baby? Which one? Is that Muscle Man?
No, this is Kaleem.
Oh, Kaleem, your voice sound like your big brother. How old are you now?
12.
12? You're getting growing up. Mashallah. His answer is correct. It's faith. Good job. It's faith. See how the children know? If a person accepts the fact that Allah is one and the only one worthy of worship and submits to that and acknowledges that, that's Iman. That makes you a believer. Iman. Faith is belief. Good job. Good job. Let me see if the people on YouTube got it right. Let me see what y'all wrote on YouTube. Was the good job, Zahara. Mashallah. There she go. Good job, Zahara. Mashallah. The kids always get it right. It's the adults that struggle. Let's look at the next question. I can't see what this. See, I got this Zoom thing up here. Makes it hard for me to see what I wrote. Okay, which of the following is a vocal statement of faith and serves as a reminder of your commitment to the Islamic teachings? Is it Iman? Is it the Shahada? Or is it Wala wal Bara?
The Shahada.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Mashallah, good job. I tried to trick you guys up with this quiz and you guys got it right. Let me see if they got it on YouTube. Good job, Sakina. Mashallah. Good job. The Shahada. Good job, Zahara. Good job. Proud of both of y'all. Good job. Okay, I think I just got one more question. Let me see. Oh, that is it. That was it. I thought I did another one. I didn't. Okay, well, that's the last question. I don't know. I had another one. It should have. What happened to my PowerPoint? But that's okay. But mashallah, y'all got them all right. Good job. Alhamdulillah. So again, guys, I want y'all to think about that. Those are the three qualities that all of us should work on. Like I said, I didn't taste the sweetness until I was in my 30s. I'm going to be honest. I didn't taste that sweetness until I hooked up with Sheikh Morsi. Seriously. That's what it was. Well, I was not in my 30s and the 80s. Yeah. The 90s or whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I started learning this religion seriously from Umar al-Ashqar and Qaradari and Sheikh Morsi, that's when I finally felt that faith. And when I had somebody break it down, when Sheikh Morsi and them broke it down in plain English to me, those names and attributes of Allah, that's what got me. Those names and attributes. When I learned how to do those names and attributes like that, that's what shook up my Iman. And oh, my goodness, it was weird, you know. But those are the three qualities that we all have to work on developing and keeping, because we can get them and lose them. Or we might have two, but not all three. We might have one, but not two, you know. So we have to work on developing those three qualities and keeping them. Subhanallah. So are there any questions? Any questions or comments? All right. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. And by the way, guys, we have the Call In and Ask Sister Layla live show tonight. And Empty. My flight tomorrow. I'm supposed to be leaving. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all got to help me with this. Let's see. What is this? She sent me this thing. I got to pack up my stuff tonight. Oh, did I delete her? My flight leaves at 2.
See, I was all mixed up today. I came in late to class because I thought you left.
No, I leave tomorrow. No, my flight leaves at 2.
Okay.
And then she said it's an hour and a half to get there. So I'll be back in time for classes.
Okay. Inshallah.
I don't know if I'm going to do that 6 o'clock class, though, because when I get there.
Yeah, you might be still in traveling mode.
Yeah, because I got to go get my food and stuff, because I think we're going to just go grocery shopping. Because, like I said, I just got to bring my own food for the resort, But, yeah. But what's tomorrow? Saturday? What class do we don't have anything except my class. Oh, Dr. Assam. Woo! Fresno. Y'all going to be here for Dr. Assam?
I'm leaving to Brentwood tomorrow.
You won't be. That's right. You're going to be gone too. Well, Fresno. I'll have prayers in Fresno. She's going to be here for Dr. Assam. Yeah, Dr. Assam. Yeah, because when I get there, I got to set up. I'll be able to do. I want to broadcast that brother from my mosque too. That's at 7. I think I could be set up for him. We get there at 4 o'clock. Yeah. Okay, guys. I want y'all to know we got the Q&A tonight. Do y'all? I hope they got questions. Y'all got questions for tonight? Where's Brother Ahmad and them? Y'all got questions for tonight too? I hope so. The Q&A is at 9. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to log out for right now, and we'll log back in at 9 p.m. Yeah, inshallah. I'm going to log out for now, and we'll log back in at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? All right. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu